If you are watching this in season and it is not the day after Thanksgiving, this would be a great one to do after a hard session on the mountain, maybe the next day.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps us out to put out amazing content like this.
From here, we're gonna find a little momentum coming forward onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position, facing the front of the mat. In this tabletop position, go ahead, tuck your toes under, just get a little bit of blood flow in the ankles. And actually, instead of just tucking them under, go ahead and make some circles in the ankles, getting some movement. Good. When you're ready, we're gonna bring the same circles to the hips. So we've done this one before as well. Go ahead, release the toes down to the mat. We're gonna take our hips all the way to the right, and then as far forward as possible, putting the weight into our hands. And then as far to the left, and then as far back to the left heel, right heel, as far right, and then as far forward onto the hands. Yes, keep going. Be as dramatic as possible, as always. And again, if you'd like, this is a really good time to close your eyes. Feel it rather than see it. After this last circle, go ahead, same thing in the other direction. Good. If you get some hip pops, it's your lucky day. Free chiropractic work. Good, let's do one more. And when you're ready, go ahead, coming back into that comfortable tabletop position. Untuck your toes if they're tucked. Bring your knees a little bit wider apart, big toes together, and go ahead, find child's pose position, pressing your hips towards your heels, forehead towards the ground. Extend your arms out. And breathe. And notice if your hips are able to touch your heels or if they are still floating in the air. It doesn't really matter one way or the other, but just noticing where they are in space right now. Good. Take some big belly breaths here. In and out through the nose. Let your ribcage fully expand with an inhale. Fully contract with an exhale. Good. We're going to get the upper body pumping a little bit more. When you're ready, keep your knees where they are, but shift your weight forward onto your forearms, kind of like you're in a low tabletop position. From here, flip your weight onto your hands, bring your chest all the way down to the ground. Yes. Good. And now go ahead, release your hips down to the ground. Give me kind of an upward facing dog. A little bit. Good. And then core tight, push up into a half push-up position. Knees are on the ground. Press back into that child's pose. So knees stay wide here the whole time because we're just going to flow through this. When you're ready, come forward with an inhale onto your forearms, flip onto your hands, stomach down, hips down, chest up, upward facing dog. Exhale, core tight, knees press into the ground, half push up back into our child's pose. Do that a couple times for me and close your eyes, breathe with your movements. You can take your time in any one position that feels good. Good, let's do it one more time. And the next time you're in that child's pose, go ahead, staying there for a moment and breathing. Good. From here, walk your hands all the way to the right just for a moment, opening up that whole left side body. So try to keep your left hip on your left heel Once your left hand gets as far as it can go ahead, place your right hand on top of it, kind of locking it into position. And once you do that, really pull that left hip towards the left heel. So we're really stretching out that whole left side of the body. But as always, breathe in and out through the nose. Let your stomach rise and fall. Let your rib cage open and close. Good. And when you're ready, go ahead, slowly walk your hands all the way to the left. Same thing. Once your right hand gets as far as it can go ahead, place the left hand on top. And again, pull that right hip towards the right heel. Really lengthening that whole right side body. And again, breathe in and out through the nose. Yes. When you're ready, slowly coming all the way back to center in that child's pose. Take your time. Walk your hands as far forward as possible and make it an active child's pose by coming onto your fingertips, lifting your palms off the ground, lifting your arms completely, engaging your lats. Good. And on the exhale, release. Yes. And when you're ready, slowly coming back up into that tabletop position. We're just going to do a couple of these. Go ahead, bring your knees right underneath your hips again. We're going to do a little bit of fire hydrant work. Not a ton to feel a burn, but just opening up the hips. So put your weight into your right knee. Lift your left knee up like you're peeing on a fire hydrant as high as you can. And back down. And then make a circle, bringing that left knee up to the left elbow first, drawing a big circle up and back. Good. Coming back down into a tabletop, and then pee on the fire hydrant again. Lift up, 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 and then back down, and then draw a big circle the other way. Back first. Big, open up the hip around, try to touch the elbow. Back to center, fire hydrant. Peeing, yes. And then forward first, touch the elbow, big circle back. Good. Last time, go ahead, pee on the fire hydrant. And then big circle, bringing the knee back first. Big circle all the way forward to touch the elbow, and then back to tabletop. Good. Same thing on the other side. Go ahead, put your weight in your left knee. Bring your right knee up like you're peeing on a fire hydrant first. Back down, and then bringing that knee forward to touch the elbow. Big circle back. Opening up the hips, back to tabletop. Pee on the fire hydrant. It's the best example I can give. Bringing that knee back first. Big circle around. Good. Fire hydrant. All right, one more forward. Big circle. One more fire hydrant. And one more back. Good. Beautiful. Next time you're in that tabletop position, go ahead, shake it out a little bit if you need to. You can move your hips from side to side.